Hi everyone, today's lecture is sampling distribution. So here in this lecture, we'll see the basic terminology of the sampling distribution, like what population is, sampling means, and parameter, statistic. Likewise, we'll see few terminology of the sampling distribution, and then we'll look into the sampling distribution of a particular statistic. So firstly, let us see what a sampling is. So let us look into sampling. But see, sampling is a technique which we use it very frequently in our day-to-day life. A few examples I want to give you. That suppose if we want to check insulin levels of a human body to find whether he is diabetic or not. I want to find out the insulin levels of a particular human body. That is what my motto is. So for that, I can't take the whole blood out from the human and I can't test it. It's impracticable. For that purpose, I take a sample of blood about 5 ml or 3 ml or so, and I'll be testing it for the insulin levels, and I'll impose the same for the whole body's blood. Or suppose if you go the other example, like suppose you want to test whether a particular vaccine is effective or not for the whole community, a particular region. You are checking whether a particular vaccine is effective or not, whether it is effectively working or not. For that, we do not test on all the humans on the particular region. Instead, we'll take a try on a few humans. So what I mean to tell you is, drawing conclusion about the collection of data what you people are having is impracticable, or maybe time taking, or maybe cost effective. Instead, you are taking the samples and you are testing it, and you are drawing conclusions about the sample, and then you are implicating the same information to the whole community, whole collection. So here we have interested in two different phenomena. Like one is what a population is. So this is what your collection of observations. Collection of observations is called as a population. But conclusions about this population can be drawn using the samples. So instead of drawing the conclusion about the whole population, because this data is large in number, a subset of this collection has been taken, is been drawn, and we find the conclusion about this sample. Suppose you want to find out the mean of this bigger collection, population, the same mean can be taken for this sample. Suppose you want to find out another statistic parameter like variance of this population, you want to find out what variance of a particular sample. And using that, how do we implicate the same for this population? That is another phenomena. The only thing is that you are interested in drawing a sample and you are finding the interested statistical measure of this particular sample. See, so suppose that this is the sample, collection of, the subset of the population which is called as a sample. So sampling is the thing which is drawing samples from the given population. So here we have seen three different terms. One is population, other one is sample, and then is sampling. So sampling is the technique which is drawing samples from the population. Population is the one which is collection of a huge amount of data. Sample is the one which is subset of the population. So in our example, in the first example, like blood, insulin levels in a human body, the whole blood in the human body is taken as a population. Whereas we have taken a sample of blood like 5 ml, 3 ml, that is what called as sample. And in case of vaccine trial, the whole community, the humans in the whole community can be taken as population, whereas trial is being imposed on a single, a particular 5 members or 10 members, that 10 members is called as sample in our discussion. Now, suppose your population is having n objects. I mean, size of the population is n. N may be finite or infinite in our discussion. And suppose you are drawing the sample, a subset of this population, whose size is n. The number of elements in this sample is n. Now, here the samples can be drawn with replacement or without replacement. With replacement or without replacement. Without replacement. So, there are two techniques of drawing the samples. One is drawing samples with replacement, other one is drawing samples without replacement. Then if it is these two are the cases, then how many such cases will arise? That is what we need to discuss about. So, drawing samples with replacement means, firstly you are selecting a sample, you are selecting an item in a sample, and then you are replacing it in the population again before collecting another sample. Hope you can understand that. So, you are selecting an item in a sample, and after that you are replacing it in the population again while selecting the other sample. That is what called as sampling with replacement. And sampling without replacement means, once an item is being selected as a sample and that has no chance to select it other time in the other sample, I am telling you, right? Suppose your sample size is n and population size is capital N, sampling with replacement can be done in n power n number of ways. These many samples can be drawn from the population of size n of sample size small n. Suppose if it is without replacement, you are drawing the samples, then that can be done in n number of ways. Suppose your whole population is having 3 elements and you are drawing samples of size 2. If it is with replacement, there will be 3 power 2 number of samples you can draw, and if it is without replacement, you can draw 3c2 number of samples from that. That is what your with replacement and without replacement means. And then is the other term we need to discuss about is what a large sample is and what a small sample is. Large sample is the one whose size is greater than or equal to 30. Suppose you are taking 30 elements as a sample or less or greater than 30 elements, then it is called as large sample. Whereas if n sample size is less than this number 30, it is called as a small sample. So, depending upon the size of the sample, we may name it as large or small samples. And then you have to look into another two definitions, which are parameter and a statistic. These two are the other two definitions in the sampling distribution theory. So, parameter is the one which is the statistical measure about the population, about the population. Population is the bigger collection, as you know already, and you are looking into a statistical parameter, statistical measure of this population is called as parameter. So, statistical measure is something like mean or variance. You are interested in like whether mean of the population is called as parameter, or variance, or standard deviation, or it may be proportion, I don't know, proportion. See, all these statistical measures about your population are called as parameters. Suppose you have done a sample from that, and for this sample also you will having a few elements like 2 elements or 3 elements or again many number of elements, and you are looking into a statistical measure like mean or variance or standard deviation or proportion or whatever. So, all these statistical measures about the sample of this population about the sample's statistical measures, those are all called as statistics. So statistic is a statistical measure of the sample, whereas population is a statistical measure of, parameter is a statistical measure of population. So parameter are to population, whereas statistic is to sample. Hope you can understand this. And then is to deal with what sampling distribution is. Our task is that, like sampling distribution. So what do you mean by sampling distribution? See, suppose there was a population, a huge collection of data, and from which you have taken a sample of 2 items. Suppose this is the sample number 1, and another sample is suppose sample number 2, likewise. You have done a few samples. See, in each and every collection, in each and every sample also, there will be few number of elements. Suppose you have done for the first sample, sample number 1, you have taken its mean. Suppose say it is indicated with x1 bar. For the sample number 2, you have calculated the mean. I can denote it as x2 bar. x1 bar is the mean of the first sample, and x2 bar is the mean of the second sample. Likewise, for the third sample, mean is equals to x3 bar, and so on. This distribution of all the means to each and every sample information, this is what you mean. This distribution, this description of writing samples and the corresponding means is called as sampling distribution of the statistic mean. So mean is the statistic that you have used. Mean of the sample that you are distributing for all these samples. So this is distribution of the statistic mean, I can say. You are distributing mean to each and every sample. And this description here is sampling distribution of means. Suppose for each and every sample you have collected variance. I am denoting it as sigma 1 square, sigma 2 square, sigma 3 square to each and every sample information. This is called as sampling distribution of variance. You have distributed variance to each and every sample information. So this description will be sampling distribution of variance. Likewise, suppose you have calculated the proportions P1, P2, P3. These P1, P2, P3 are indicating proportions of the first sample, of the second sample, and so on. So this is now called as sampling distribution of proportions. For each and every sample, you are distributing proportions. See, all these in this case, like mean or variance or proportion, or statistics, because all these are concerning about the sample. Now, let us give an example of the sampling distribution of mean. So with this, I will be ending of this sampling distribution of mean. Just for an example, your collection, your population is containing only 3 elements like 1, 2, 3. And you are interested in drawing the samples from this whose size is 2. Only 2 elements you want to select as a sample. And as you all know, that can be done in 3 square number of ways. When 3 square number of samples can be drawn if it is with replacement. And I want to write all those samples. Suppose say you may draw this as a sample, 1, 1. This is sample of size 2 from the given population, or you may be drawing 1, 2, or you may be drawing 1, 3, 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. These are all the different samples. When 9 samples have drawn from the given population whose size is of 2. Now, for these samples, I want to indicate what their means are. So, as you all know, mean of this first data, if it is having 2 elements, is given by sum of all elements divided by number of elements. That usual, like 2 divided by 2, which will be 1. The average of the first collection is 1. Likewise, average of the second sample is 1.5. The mean of the third collection is 1 plus 3 by 2, which will be 2. Again, mean of this collection is 2. Mean of the next collection is 5 by 2, means 2.5. Next is mean is 3, and next is 1.5. Next is 2. Next is 2.5. See, this description of writing all the samples and the corresponding means is called as sampling distribution of mean. Suppose I am denoting that as this as x1 bar and this as x2 bar and x3 bar, like that, and so on, x9 bar. This is distribution of means of the samples. Now, suppose if you find out mean of all these means, it is indicated with mu of x bar. Mean of distribution of all these means. For all these means information, you are again finding the mean, average of all these means. That is indicated with mu x bar. Suppose if we look into, sum of all this divided by number of like 9, it would be like 1 plus 1.5 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2.5 plus 3 plus 1.5 plus 2 plus 2.5 whole divided by 9. So, this is average of all these means. Of course, that would be 2, because this is 1 plus 1.5 is 2.5 plus 4 6.5, 9, and rest will be another 9. 18 divided by 9 will be, and that would be 2. And you can also find the variance of this means. For this collection, you may find out the variance. Of course, the formula that you know already is, for every observation, you are subtracting the mean and you are taking whole square, and then you are dividing with the number of elements. Of this 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 2.5, 3, 3. For this means, you can also find out the variance. This is variance of all these distribution of means. Variance of distribution of means, mean of distribution of means. And see, there is a collection between these two and the population, mean and variance. See, what I want to tell you is, suppose your population is the collection of data whose mean is indicated with mu and whose variance is indicated with sigma square, and now with this distribution you have gone through like mu x bar and variance of x bar. The relation between these two will be mu is equivalent to mu x bar, and the collection relation between these two is mean variance of distribution of means will be sigma square divided by n. Hope you can understand that. So, your mean of all the distribution of means will equivalent to population mean, whereas variance of distribution of means is equivalent to variance of the population divided by n. So, this is how we can distribute a statistic mean, and in the next lecture probably we will see the other concept like distribution of variances, and then statistic hypothesis of testing of hypothesis likewise. Few different things we will discuss in the next class. Thank you.